which is going to be the Chiefs taking on the Browns. The Chiefs are coming in 12-1 on the year. They're 5-1 on the road. On the other side, the Browns are 3-10 on the year, but 2-4 at home. The real question in this game, guys, what version of Jameis Winston are we going to get? Is he the type of guy who's going to be making deep balls, keeping them in the game, or is he going to be a turnover machine, being that you don't know what you're going to get with him? So that's the real question in this one. The Chiefs do have a very good defense, a top 5 rated defense in almost every statistical category. Let's go over the injury report. For the Browns, it's all their receiving weapons. Jamari Thrash, questionable. Cedric Tillman, questionable. And David Njoku, questionable. Those 3 guys are the big 3 on the list that we're unsure out. On the other side, pretty good offensive lineman, and DJ Humphries is a true questionable as well. Monotone, we're going back over to you. What do you like in this game?
I'm excited for this one. I like the over. I took over 43. I think that's probably my favorite look. And I know it may sound a little bit confusing with obviously the Chiefs defense, but when you do look at a smaller sample size over the last 5-6 weeks, you see when Watson went down with injury, they haven't really been a good defense, in particular a pass defense. They're still a really good run defense. It's very hard to get things going on the ground. But that's what I want for an over. I want you to be able to stop the run. I want Jameis to be throwing as much as humanly possible. And I think that's kind of the game script we're going to be in. We've seen the Browns face a lot of pass funnel teams, and it goes the same way. We're going to try to run the ball a little bit. It's not going to work. Let's let Jameis cook. And then that goes a couple different ways. You could get 3 pick sixes. It could be great for the over, but terrible for the Browns. Or you could get a classic Jameis performance. I think that also is good for the over. What I like about Patrick Mahomes on the other side is quite simple. The Browns do not change their defensive philosophy. They play a lot of cover one, and they let a lot of downfield one-on-one matchups. Patrick Mahomes is like the worst quarterback in the league to have that against. I mean, if you're going to let him take those shots, they're going to take them. And the thing about the Chiefs that scares people away is they're so slow. They're the slowest offense in the league. They grind the clock. They're the number 1 success rate team in the league, but they really struggle with explosive plays a lot of the time because they're just slowly grinding you down. That's because Patrick Mahomes faces more cover 2 than any quarterback in the league over the last 3 years. Teams have those safeties deep, everything in front of you, don't beat us. That is absolutely not how the Browns play football. The Browns want to get to the quarterback. They want to sack you. They want to bring you down. That's a risky game plan against Patrick Mahomes. All of these things together kind of lead me to think we're going to get an offensive game. I think there's a lot of different avenues for the over to cash. And I saw someone in the chat ask about Jameis Winston interception. It's almost unbettable. It's got to be a parlay at this point, minus 220.
I found it already.
Yeah, but I would look live. After the first quarter or so. If it's calmed down a little bit, maybe you get a minus 150 because he is always live to throw that interception.
Absolutely. And I agree with everything you just said, Monotone. I'm on the over in this game. I think the total is way too low at 43.5. I also have a player prop. I am all over. If you guys have watched this show for the last couple of weeks, I keep telling you the same player prop, and it just keeps cashing. It's Jerry Jeudy, anytime touchdown. They still have not gotten the odds right for him. When Jameis needs a big play, when they take a shot down the field, they're going to Jeudy. That is the guy that he is targeting each and every game. And you take a look at his stats the last couple of weeks, and it backs up everything that you think he's been doing. In the last couple games, in his last 4 games, he has 3 touchdowns. He has at least 1 touchdown in back-to-back games. And over his last 4 games, he has over 500 receiving yards. The guy is just tearing it up with Jameis Winston right now. I fully anticipate Jerry Jeudy to be able to find the end zone at least once here. So I like the over at 43.5. And I also love Jerry Jeudy anytime touchdown at plus 155. They still have not been getting that right. Plus 155. Ben, what do you got?
Yeah, so there's a few things I like to think about in this game coming into it, because the Chiefs have obviously been one of the worst winning teams against the spread. In fact, they have the lowest cover rate as a winning team in the NFL right now at 5-8 against the spread. They haven't covered a game in 6 straight games. It's just one of those things. They keep eking out these close wins, and once again, they're laying -4, and they've now won 2 points.
Ginger!
No, that wasn't Ginger.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Park is much higher pitched than that. But yeah, they've been covering 6 straight games, 2 straight wins by 2 points now. It's just kind of the theme now are these close wins for the Chiefs. And one area I think that Jameis Winston has not struggled is playing at home. We've seen him he's only played 3 games at home as a starter now. He beat the Ravens in one of them in a big game. He beat the Steelers in that snow game at home. And then he did lose to the Chargers in bad fashion. But you just look at when he usually throws his picks it's against teams that get a lot of picks. He threw 2 last week against Pittsburgh. They're 3rd in picks in the NFL. He threw 3 against Denver the week before that. They were 8th in picks in the NFL. The Chiefs are 24th they aren't actually getting a ton of takeaways through the air in the NFL this year. And I think that's kind of a key thing here because Jameis Winston, obviously the biggest thing for him is throwing picks. So I think he can cook it home. As Monotone said, I'm glad he pointed this out. The Chiefs secondary has, as of recently, actually been kind of struggling a little bit. And even on the year, they're middle of the pack in yards allowed to quarterbacks. So I think Jameis Winston can do well in this game, limit the turnovers. Maybe he throws one pick, but even if he can, I think that he's a big play ability to stay in it. And then lastly, Cedric Tillman. With that concussion, missed last 2 games, he's expected to at least try and make it a go this week. And I think he will because he's been practicing limited fashion. If he was coming off from concussion, to me, that would make me think he's playing this week. So that's a big get for him because we saw his connection with Jameis Winston. If you have Jerry Jeudy and Tillman healthy, I think they can do really well against the Chiefs. So I like the Browns +4 here a lot.
JD, what you got?
Just like taking a look actually like at this line, the Chiefs laying 4 to the Browns, just it seems nuts. But like y'all have both said, the Chiefs have they keep getting wins, but they are not covering spreads. As far as the Chiefs, I have actually downgraded them quite a bit now. But still, this number 4, I just cannot get that low here. And really, for me, it comes down to just like just like Stu said. This is a offensive get right spot actually for them. As far as their team total over, I was really looking at that. But as of right now, it looks like we're going to be getting quite a bit of rain with winds about 20 to 25. So that's kind of making me pause some here. So I'm going to wait and kind of see like how that looks actually like closer. But if the weather looks a little bit better than that, as far as their team total over, I'm definitely going to be on that. And I'm going to be on the Chiefs in actually some way. I'm definitely going to actually parlay them with another game that actually we are going to be talking about soon. But I actually might just lay the 4.
There we go. I don't blame you on that. I definitely could see it. It's so hard to back them right now, right? It makes you so hesitant backing the Chiefs, which who would have thought you'd feel that way? And a 4-point game, a 4-point spread with the Browns, with Jameis Winston, and they're missing half their team on injuries. You would think it would be such a big line there. But I'm in agreement with you. That's just the way it's been. So I definitely think they could. It's going to be an interesting game for sure.